let's build a computer.
Wow, it's already been 3 months since my last video. I can't believe it. What I can't believe even more is that I had 3,000 people roughly watch that video. It tells me a lot of things about people who want to watch and learn more about the specs and what the capabilities of different machines are. I'm pretty big in the tech world. I do IT work for a living, so for me this is something that I'm pretty passionate about, and I wanted to pass on some information. That was a pretty expensive video considering the fact that the new Razer Blade 2019 advanced model was like $3,000. But I ran into an issue. With that said, a computer was great for playing games solo. It was great for plugging into a single monitor and running 1440p and playing most games at Ultra with that new RTX card that it has inside of it. But streaming took a toll. It would lower the FPS enough to where it was not playable and not really enjoyable. Just wanted to go ahead and caveat this with the fact that the new RTX card in the Razer Blade 2019 advanced model, the 15-inch with 144 Hz, does play games well with maybe one input source. So if you're trying to record some video of just like one scene or one view or one angle of yourself in the frame, it's fine. But when you start adding multiple cameras and start beefing up the actual experience for the end user, it's going to take a toll, and that's where it became a huge problem, because I had multiple cameras, multiple angles set up, and like a keyboard camera and then one on my face, and because those multiple inputs were also taking away from either the graphics card or the processor as far as computing process power, it ended up causing the whole entire experience to slow down to the point where it wasn't enjoyable. So I decided to build a desktop. I could always use the laptop as like a side streaming device, but I decided not to. I just wanted to use the desktop for an all-in-one solution. Just go ahead and get everything all under one roof, and that's what I did with this build right here. So what you're looking at right now is the Thermaltake level 20 GT RGB Plus. It's a full ATX tower. It has a bunch of little cool features like being able to mount your video card horizontally instead of vertically. If that vertical instead of horizontal. I don't know, however you look at it. But anyways, the point is that it's a really nice case. Has a lot of airflow. One thing that I got hung up on for at least 20 minutes is the fact that I didn't know how to mount the top level RGB. I think it's a Thermaltake cooler. I think it's called the 3-ring or I don't know, something like that. Anyways, it's a water cooling system that mounts at the top of the case, but you need to have that top panel ripped off. Basically, you have to pull it off really hard for it to pop off, so you can mount it on the top side. That really kind of stumped me for quite a while, and then there was a few other things that kind of hung up the process. So apologies, you're not gonna probably see the whole entire build, but another big thing that happened right here. I ended up mounting the motherboard inside the unit and install the RAM, and I was about to put the CPU on, and I was not aware that the pins were actually facing up on the motherboard. They weren't on the CPU. Typically in the past with processors that I've installed, they have pins and you just drop them into the little slots that they have like on the actual motherboard. Maybe that's an AMD thing that I just messed up on, or whatever, but yeah, I ended up bending a couple pins and then spent like an hour trying to fix the pins that I've bent. I ended up being able to get it done correctly, and thank God it actually fired up. And it works. It works just like a champ. Alright, so I'm sure you guys probably want to know the actual specs and what I got installed inside of the unit. So as you can see there, that power supply, it's an 850 watt power supply. The full-on name of the case was the Thermaltake Level 20 GT RGB, as I mentioned before. The cooler that I was talking about is the Thermaltake Flow Triple Ring RGB 360. I don't know why they got to name it all. And they didn't even spell flow right, by the way. It's FLOE. Anyways, Elgato Game Capture 4K 60 Pro. I thought that would actually have its own dedicated processor to process, the actual streams and stuff, or the whatever video capture that you're doing. So I ended up purchasing that, but I don't think it actually does. I think it still draws from your CPU or graphics card, depending on what software you're using. I did pick up another monitor and also an i9 processor to go with the motherboard, which is a Gigabyte Z390 Aorus Extreme, which is a It's an extended ATX motherboard that has 10 gigabit Ethernet, which is just something I wanted just to have to future-proof it. So yeah, 64 gigs of G.Skill Trident Z RGB series RAM, and EVGA GeForce RTX 2080 Ti. So that's pretty much everything. Very impressed with everything. I think that the actual graphics card has something built in that really assists with the streaming process, because whenever I stream and I play video games, you know, at 1440p, it's pretty much lag free. I mean, I don't really notice a lot of issues with the stream itself, so would highly recommend it. I don't know that the i9 was completely necessary, but it was something that I just purchased just because, you know, I thought that it'd be more future proof, so ended up picking that up as well. Running a dual monitor setup is always very nice. You can see the chat window on the right hand side, and then on the left hand side, you know, you got your game playing at 1440p, pretty much 120 frames per second on all games, mostly set at ultra, so can't really complain. It's a 144 hertz monitor at 32 inch, you know, in size, so you know, maybe more professional streamers would notice a difference, but I'm not even a pro. I'm nowhere close to being a pro, so for what it is for me and what it's worth to you, I'm very happy with the whole entire setup, and I think that it can both stream and play video games at the same time, and I don't have to worry about connecting peripherals or worrying about a secondary desktop. So if that's something you're interested in, definitely consider, you know, making that investment and purchasing it, you know, all the equipment that I kind of listed here, and I'll drop something at the very end that kind of outlines it, or you can always go to my stream and check that out as well. It'll definitely outline in detail all of the equipment that I have. Well, that about wraps up this vlog, guys. I wanted to say a couple of more things before you go. First, if you made it this far in the video, I sincerely thank you for your time. There's a lot of other things you could be doing, but you chose to spend your time watching my video, and we all know that your time is your most valuable asset, so thank you very much. Secondly, I just want to say at this point in my creative career, I'm just a regular dude with no sponsors or funding, so the easiest way for you to show your appreciation for my video is to tap the like button and subscribe if you're not already. If there's anything that you wish was in the content, if there's anything that you wish that you could have seen in my video, feel free to drop that in the comments below. I will read it. I do not promise that I will upload it in the future, but I will definitely take it in consideration. So any helpful feedback will benefit you in the long run. So drop those comments below. Again, over 2,000 views in my last video. I'm really excited about that. I think that it just encourages me to make more content. Alright, last but not least, just want to say that my next video has already been filmed. I just got to edit it, and it should be done within the next few days, so stay tuned, and I'll see you then. Later. And it'll also help me understand what the other viewers are you know, filmed for the next and it'll help me, you know, and it'll help make myself more aware of what's actually. So definitely feel to drop those comments down the bottom, and it'll also it'll also help me understand it will also help me better understand what you guys are looking for, and I can help able to. Okay.